Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are shining the spotlight on British bodybuilder Ernie Taylor. He competed mainly back in the 1990s. He was born way back in 1970, so he's a good 51, 52 years old nowadays. But man, back in the day, this guy could turn some heads, and unfortunately, for a dubious reason, a lot of the times it was because of his massive triceps, and people pointed the finger of sight enhancement oils. I mean, I've heard he's had implants in them arms. But you know what? Today's video, we're not going to be talking down on Ernie Taylor. We're going to we're going to take a look at his entire career and try to realistically figure out, what did he have in those darn arms? Was it pure, solid muscle? Was it real muscle? Obviously with taking some performance enhancers, things of that nature. But realistically, guys, is it possible to obtain such a round tricep without injecting something in there or implanting something in there? Dorian Yates, he's another British bodybuilder, and I heard him say that Ernie Taylor always had great big giant triceps. This is Ernie in his first competition back in 1993. And obviously these are screenshots. Hard to tell. But yeah, he did have some big, massive, bulbous, round triceps. They looked almost unnatural. And here's the only few shots that I do have. And these are screenshots, guys. And like I said, back in 1993, there was no sights. Not that I know of. Here he is the following year. And his triceps seem to have gotten even bigger. Look at that, guys. And you can't even really see the whole tricep because of, the lighting, things of that nature. Not the best. But dare I say, Ernie Taylor, even from the front there, you can see it bulging out. And that was a lot of people pointed their finger to that big bulbous piece. It was like his tricep had wrapped around of his arm. That's truly insane. And then we did not see him for a few years. That was 94, and he reemerged in 1997. Oh my goodness. Now he still had that unusually large bump from at the end of his tricep, I guess. I don't know. But it seems to have grown and pulsated, gave birth to baby muscle. I mean, this is unnatural. Look at the front double bicep. Now, Ernie Taylor, back in 1997, so seemingly at the beginning of his career, and his arms were just massive. Could this be a real muscle, guys? Now, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 70s. That is freakishly large, that bicep, round. It looks unnatural. If it was around nowadays, I'll do you one better. Here's Freddie Ortiz. Look at that freakishly large bicep. I guarantee you, if Freddie Ortiz was around nowadays, he would get blamed for sights. I mean, that's totally freakishly and unnaturally big and round. So my point is, I guess unnatural looking muscles are possible to obtain. Here's another shot from Ernie back in 1997, and this guy was incredible. And this is actually a rare angle you can see at those triceps, both sides actually. If you look close, guys, there seems to be like a bumpy type texture of the skin. I don't know what that's all about, guys. Here's him in 1998, the following year at the Olympia. Oh, they're even bigger. And by 99, they swelled so much at a proportion that I think that the judges were dinging him on it. I mean, 98, the year prior, he got 8th place at the Olympia. Not too bad, but by 99, he was all the way down to 13th place. And here's another piece of evidence. Milo Sarcev, he was known for sight enhancement oils. And they were hanging out together. They were posing here together. So that's another large piece of evidence that points to, yes, Ernie was sight enhancement, injecting. Didn't compete in 2000. Reemerged in 2001. Not many pictures of him. But in this side relaxed position, you can definitely see massive tricep for sure. Now, 2002, it looked like something had changed. You can see his left tricep. It's sticking out like there's something wrong with it, but his right tricep, it's actually normal sized. And here's a side-by-side comparison. He sure did have some freakishly large biceps as well. You know, not too many people talk about that. But yeah, look at his right tricep. So if it was some sort of implant, I don't think that lends any credibility to that. Just looks like he had a massive tricep. Maybe putting some sights in there. And from behind, it looked like it was a bit of a mess. Maybe on that left tricep, could that be scar tissue? It builds up, scar tissue. Obviously, he wouldn't keep injecting sights in that same little hole. Of course, if he was all through the 90s in that same spot, that could be scar tissue built up in that one spot, right? Well, I don't know. I'm no expert. 2003, it looked like Ernie Taylor had gone totally natural as far as sights are concerned. Not too many pictures of him. You can see him here giving Jay Cutler a little nipple flick. Why not? Why not? Have some fun there out there on the stage. But yeah, not too many pictures, but I mean, he really did not have those freakishly large triceps. And this is a nice close-up shot anyway, not of the tricep with the scar tissue damage, which I just speculate that that's what that is. He was on stage. He looked pretty darn good in 2003. He took 10th. He did place 8th before, but I think by 2003, there was a lot of hungry young lions, so 10th place, not bad for Ernie Taylor. And you know what? Guy was in condition, and that is maybe one of the only shots of the tricep in 2003. He competed once more the following year, the Arnold Classic in 2004. And yeah, it looked like he went back to the sights, and that I wager to say the scar tissue, it really seemed to be sticking out, even in the abs and thigh shot. You can see it. And a lot of people would say, oh, that's just sight enhancement oil. Well, I don't think so. I think it's just scar damaged tissue, and maybe he did put some more sights in there. I don't know. Either way, guys, Ernie Taylor, known for those triceps. They are huge, maybe the biggest in the history of bodybuilding, if they are, in fact, real. But you know what? I guess at the end of the day, everybody's going to have their opinion on Ernie Taylor. But I mean, to think maybe he did put sights in there, maybe he did have some implants, does that make him a bad person? No. Ernie Taylor, he was an impeccable bodybuilder, and he was a good person too, and a lot of people look past that. Wasn't just a mean and nasty person because he injected some sights in his triceps. And aside from that, this guy could have truly been a Mr. Olympia champion at one point. I mean, those quads, feathering, some of the best abs in the history of bodybuilding. If you believe that one, not a bad back either. So Ernie Taylor, somebody mentions him. You don't have to always talk about his triceps. You can talk about the fact that he was an impeccable bodybuilder, great poser, and he brought some awesome condition to the bodybuilding stage as well. For a guy that placed 8th at the Olympia, not too shabby. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Let me know what you think's in there. Is it an implant? Is it just sights? Or is it the combination of many things, including a naturally massive set of triceps? Hit thumbs up, subscribe. Have a nice one.